بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة الدائمة الأبدية على أعدائهم أجمعين إلى قيام يوم الدين. Assalamu alaikum, my beloved ones, wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, we are going to continue the sessions of Manasik al-Hajj, and we were discussing about the wasiyya. We're discussing about the wasiyya. So let's continue the rulings of wasiyya. Okay. So ruling number 84, إذا أوصى بالحج البلدي ولكن we mentioned this, that he was supposed to, it was the person who was hired was supposed to perform the Hajj of Baladi or the Wasi. إذا أوصى بالحج البلدي ولكن الوصي أو الوارث استأجر من الميقات. The wasiyat was from to do Hajj from the hometown, but the inheritors or the wasi, perhaps to save the money, their shares, they went for the cheaper option, which is the Hajj from the miqat. We mentioned that the contract, the hiring contract would be invalid. Why? Because that was not according to what was required by the mayyit. Okay, but the Hajj will be relieved from the mayyit responsibility will be relieved of Hajj al-Islam, of the first Hajj. So we're going to take now ruling 85. إذا أوصى بالحج البلدي من غير بلده. If the marhum did wasiyah. What was the wasiyah? To perform the Hajj al-Baladi, not Hajj al-Miqati, Hajj from the hometown or Hajj from distance, but not from his hometown, from a different hometown or different country. Baladi means Hajj from a country, not from the Miqat, but not from his own hometown country. من غير بلده كما إذا أوصى أن يستأجر من النجف. As for example, he had made the wasiyah or made a will that the hiring should be done from the Najaf al-Ashraf. The person who's going to perform the Hajj should be from Najaf al-Ashraf. For example, وجب العمل بها, that will be obligated to fulfill the wasiyah. So it would be obligatory to act upon the wasiyah. ويخرج الزائد عن أجرة الميقاتية من الثلث. So we have the Hajj, the miqati, the amount which is supposed to be paid, or the expenses of miqati Hajj, will be taken from the principal assets or the principal wealth. Okay, so you said it's wajib to act upon. Yes, because it's wasiyah. It is wajib to act upon the wasiyah. So where will we bring the extra part from the country? Because let's say it's 10,000 and Hajj from miqat was $4,000. So that is $4,000. Where will we, from the principal wealth, where will we bring the extra? The extra will come from the 1/3 of the mayyit. Remember, mayyit deserves 1/3 of the inheritance only. 1/3 of the state or the wealth. Okay, only 2/3 goes to the. So from the principal 2/3, the miqati Hajj, the Hajj from the miqat will be taken out, 4,000. And then the other 6,000 to complete 10,000, our hypothesis for the amount of the Hajj. So other 6,000 will be taken out from the 1/3. Okay, so this is also something we had mentioned. Now let's continue upon this. So this is understood that if the wasiyat was to perform the Hajj from from hometown or from a country other than the hometown or the city other than the hometown, then it will be also obligatory to act upon the wasiyah. However, the miqati hajj will be taken out from the principal wealth, from the two-third, okay? So the reduction will happen on the shares of the inheritors, and the extra, like 6,000, which is like the miqati hajj is 4,000. The extra will be taken out from the one-third of the mayyit because it's extra. It's not obligatory. The obligatory part is taken out from the principal. The extra is taken out from the one-third. Now, so إذا أوصى, ruling number 86. إذا أوصى بالاستئجار عنه لحجة الإسلام. If someone made a wasiyah to perform Hajjat al-Islam, the Hajj of Islam, وعين الأجرة لازم العمل بها, and he appointed the amount. He said $10,000 of my money, spend it for Hajj, wajib Hajj, which I had not been able to perform. So لازم العمل بها, it will be compulsory to act upon it. وتخرج من الأصل إن لم تزد على أجرة المثل, and the whole amount will be taken out from the original, from the principal wealth, principal asset or state. إن لم تكن على أجرة المثل. What is أجرة المثل? The average expenses of Hajj. So إذا أوصى بالاستئجار عنه لحجة الإسلام, if he had made a wasiyat that perform the Hajj of Islam, the first Hajj, my obligatory Hajj on my behalf, and he did not say from where. He did not say from where. He said, my Hajj wajib, and this is the amount dedicated for my wajib Hajj. So this the original amount, like 10,000, will be taken out from the principal wealth. وتخرج من الأصل إن لم تزد على أجرة المثل. So it will be taken out from the principal, as long as it was not more than the average amount which is spent on the Hajj. So let's say the average amount was $10,000. But then there's a luxurious Hajj, because nowadays even the Hajj is like first class Hajj, and then a 5-star Hajj, and then 4-star Hajj, and then 3-star, then third class or whatever class, low class Hajj. Okay, so there are different levels of Hajj nowadays. So no, we are going to talk about average Hajj. The average amount is 10,000, khalas, 10,000. So what about the extra? So if وتخرج من الأصل إن لم تزد على أجرة المثل. أجرة المثل, the average amount of Hajj, cost of Hajj is 10,000, and he had designated 10,000. Okay, but وإلا كان الزائد من الثلث. Let's say the average amount is more than what he had designated for average Hajj. He had designated how much? 10,000. Perform Hajj on my behalf. But then we saw that there's extra amount. We need to put more money. So where will we put that more money from? We need to put more money. The Hajj is more than the average amount. Hajj is going to cost more than the average amount. He had kept 10,000. 10,000 is sufficient for the Ujrat al-Mithal. But the thing is that we are putting some extra money over the average cost of Hajj. That over will be taken out from the 1/3. That over will be taken out from the 1/3. So إذا أوصى بالاستئجار عنه لحجة الإسلام, if he had made a wasiyah that hire on my behalf for my first Hajj, and this is the amount I am setting. وَعَيَّنَ الْأُجْرَةِ, and he designated, or he assigned, or he fixed, or he did wasiyah that I'm setting aside $10,000 to fulfill that. لَزِمَ الْعَمَلُ بِهَا. Then it will be obligatory to spend that money in Hajj. وَتُخْرَجُ مِنَ الْأَصْلِ إِن لَمْ تَزِدْ عَلَى أُجْرَةِ الْمِثْلِ. And this 10,000 is going to be taken from the principal assets, not from the 1/3, from the 2/3, and before distributing, it's going to be taken out. In lam tazid, as long as the wages of hiring, ujra, the wage you are going to give, okay, the compensation you are going to give, is not going to be more than the ujrat al-mithil, than the average amount. However, if it was more, then we cannot take from the principal wealth. The extra would be taken out from the 1/3 of the marhum. Okay. Ruling number 87. إذا أوصى بالحج بمال معين. So we are continuing, and still we have some wealth appointed. إذا أوصى بالحج بمال معين. He did wasiyat. This $10,000, perform the Hajj with it. So again, there is a setting aside an amount, fixing an amount, designating an amount. For what? For the Hajj. إذا أوصى بالحج بمال معين وعلم الوصي. And the one who was going to execute, the executor of the will, he had the knowledge. أن المال الموصى به فيه الخمس أو الزكاة. He had the knowledge that the wealth he has set aside, $10,000. It was not khums paid money. Okay, 1 year had passed over it. So he has to pay the $2,000 out of it before spending it in the Hajj. Or there was zakat in it. Let's say there were gold and silver coins, or there was some barley and wheat. And he had mentioned that this much amount of barley or wheat, sell it and perform my Hajj. It was an agriculture, or he had a goat or a cow or a camel or whatever. Like he had specific amount of goats where zakat becomes obligatory, or specific amounts of cows, or specific amounts of camel. So all these things, whenever they reach to certain amount, then zakat becomes obligatory upon it. Excuse me. So now that specific amount has zakat in it, or khums in it. So وَجَبَ عَلَيْهِ إِخْرَاجُ أَوَّلًا. First, we will have to take out the zakat of it and khums of it, or zakat of it or khums of it. وَصَرْفُ الْبَاقِ فِي سَبِيلِ الْحَجِّ. And then the $8,000 or whatever remains after zakat, that would be spent on the Hajj. But what will happen? We said Hajj requires 10,000. فَإِنْ لَمْ يَفِي الْبَاقِي بِمَصَارِفِهِ. If the remaining was not sufficient, okay, 8,000 was not sufficient. So now what will we do? So you got the scenario. He left an amount, but the executor of the will knew that there is zakat in it or khums in it. When he took the zakat out, we took the khums out, the remaining was not, if it was sufficient for Hajj, khalas. That's he has to perform the Hajj al-Islam, or the Hajj on behalf of the deceased. It will be, but if it was not sufficient, فَإِنْ لَمْ يَفِ الْبَاقِي بِمَصَارِفِهِ لَزِمَهُ تَتْمِيمُهُ مِنْ أَصْلِ التَّرِكَةِ. So then it will be obligatory to complete that amount. Where will we bring that 2,000 from? from the principal wealth of the deceased. So he had this wealth left for the marhumin and 1/3 and whatever. And then he had, beside that wealth, he had some zakat or khums, and he had told them that he had some wealth beside that, which was equal to, he had designated it for what? For Hajj. He had designated that amount for Hajj. So he had two amounts, wealth, inheritance, and Hajj left, amount left for Hajj. In the amount left for Hajj, 10,000, khums and zakat, they took it out. It was 8,000. 8,000 was not sufficient to perform the Hajj, for example. So we have to take from the principal wealth whatever to cover up the deficit. فلزمه تتميمه من أصل التركة إن كان الموصى به حجة الإسلام. If whatever was in the will was Hajjat al-Islam. So if it was Hajjat al-Islam, because in the hypothesis of the ruling, إذا أوصى بالحج, he made a wasiyah to perform the Hajj. So this could be Hajjat al-Islam, and it could be any mustahab Hajj. So if it was Hajjat al-Islam, the remaining deficit, we will take it from where? From the principal wealth. Okay? And إن كان الموصى به حجة الإسلام وإلا صرف الباقي فيما هو الأقرب إلى غرض الموصي من وجوه الخير إن كانت الوصية على نحو تعدد المطلوب وإلا كان ميراثا لورثته. Okay. So now, so we need to cover up that 8,000. So if he was required to perform Hajjat al-Islam, then we will take the 2,000 from the principal wealth, and we will complete and send the guy to perform the Hajj. However, if 8,000 were not sufficient to perform the Hajj, then what will happen? Then if it's not Hajjat al-Islam, then you don't need to perform the Hajj. So what will we do with that 8,000? Well, that 8,000 will be considered any wealth, okay, which was left by the marhum to spend on charitable causes or recommended causes or education or whatever things they feel that the person who died, he would love to see that. وَإِلَّا, if it was not for Hajjat al-Islam and the amount was not sufficient, so what will we do with the $8,000? صُرِفَ الْبَاقِي فِيمَا هُوَ الْأَقْرَبِ إِلَى غَرَضِ الْمُوصِي. It will be spent not in Hajj anymore because it's not sufficient. In whatever fulfills the purpose of the deceased from the charitable causes from the wujuh al-khair, whatever good deeds, okay? إن كانت الوصية على نحو تعدد المطلوب. If the wasiyat was the aim of the wasiyah of multiple desire, that means there was Hajj as well, there was other recommended acts also desired. So it can be spent on those charitable causes because he had said perform the Hajj and perform this and perform that and perform that. So we will choose it to the closest thing which would fulfill the desire of the deceased. But if it was not in such, it was just perform the Hajj, nothing else, he had limited and restricted on it. So in that case, if there was no multiplicity indicated in the will, in the wasiyat, then it would be mirath for it would be added to the principal amount and distributed to the heirs or the inheritors. وَإِلَّا كَانَ مِيرَاثًا لِوَرَثَتِهِ. It would be mirath for all the heirs. So that means that. So we have two scenarios. If it indicated multiplicity of the purpose of the deceased, then you will execute it, if not in Hajj, in other things which would be the closest to fulfill the desire of the deceased, the purpose of the deceased from the charitable causes. But if it was not in such, it was restricted only for Hajj, then it would be 8,000. What will we do? We cannot spend anywhere. So then it will just go, it will be added to the remaining principal wealth. Okay. Ruling number 88. إذا وجب الاستئجار للحج عن الميت بوصية أو بغير وصية وأهمل من يجب عليه الاستئجار فتلف المال ضمنه ويجب عليه الاستئجار من ماله. Obviously, this is clear. If it was obligatory, so now there is someone who's required to hire someone to send for Hajj. Okay, so if it was obligatory on someone who's required to hire someone to perform the Hajj of the deceased, and he did not do out of, let's say, negligence or something like that, what will happen? He neglected. The wealth was stolen, the wealth was deteriorated, the wealth was gone. Whatever happened, there's no more money, and there was negligence. So in this case, he has to put from his pocket. Because he has to, he takes the liability. Why didn't you perform? Why did you neglect? You had the money, you shouldn't have neglected. Why did you not send out somebody? Now see, the money is gone. So you are responsible to pay from your pocket. So إذا وجب الاستئجار للحج عن الميت بوصية أو غير وصية أو بغير وصية. If it became obligatory, because we have several scenarios we mentioned. If we know that Hajj was wajib upon him, he was not able to, even if there was no wasiyah, we have to fulfill and execute his Hajj, or relieve him from the responsibility of his Hajj. So either so if it became obligatory to hire for Hajj on behalf of the deceased, either because of the will or without the will, and وأهمل من يجب عليه الاستئجار, and the one who's supposed to hire someone and send, he was negligence about it. فتلف المال ضمنه, and the wealth got deteriorated or got lost or got stolen or anyhow got deteriorated. ضمنه, he would be responsible, he would be liable, he will take the liability of paying from his pocket. So how will we do? If what will be the liability? ويجب عليه الاستئجار من ماله. It will be obligatory upon him to hire someone from his wealth. And now we take the last ruling for today. إذا علم استقرار الحج على الميت. إذا علم. Ruling number 89. If the knowledge was gained, somehow it came upon those who are responsible about the marhum, deceased, they gained the knowledge somehow. It became in their knowledge. إذا علم استقرار الحج على الميت وشك في أدائه وجب القضاء عنه ويخرج من أصل المال. So now there was a knowledge that the mayyat was required, istaqarr. Remember, istaqrar, he has to pay the Hajj, he has to perform the Hajj. There was a knowledge, but we doubt, did he hire someone in his life or did he not hire? Did somebody do or not? So here we have a rule a rule from the rules, general rules of Islamic jurisprudence. It's called istishab. Istishab means, excuse me, taking the yaqeen, previous certainty, and ignoring the doubt. So I had a knowledge. I had knowledge that this Aba is pure. Then I doubted, did it become najis or not? I went to the restroom, but I don't know, did it touch najasat or not? In this case, we will consider it did not touch najasat. It did not touch najasat. Why? Yaqinan, it was pure. Yaqinan, it was clear. Now we are doubting, did it become pure or not? We will hold to the previous certainty and ignore the doubt. Let's say opposite. I knew this is najis, but then I doubt, Did I purify it or not? So yaqinan, I knew for certain, I knew that it was impure. But then I doubt, did I purify it or not? We said, no, you did not purify it. Hold to the previous certainty. So here also, they knew that Hajj is wajib, Hajj is obligated to perform the Hajj. But they doubted. وَشُكَّ فِي أَدَائِهَا. And it was doubted that did he fulfill it or not? Did somebody fulfill it or not? Did a volunteer fulfill it or not? Did he hire somebody to fulfill it or not, fulfill his responsibility? Because remember, in his lifetime, he might have sent someone. We don't know. Hajj was mustaqir. So he was able to do from every aspect, but the going to Hajj, because of the sickness, he was not able to. So did he hire somebody to perform Hajj on his behalf or not? We are doubting. Then we will ignore this doubt, neglect this, ignore this doubt, and hold to the certainty, no, the Hajj is wajib. So what will be the conclusion? Wajab al-qada. It would be obligatory to perform the Hajj. Qada anhu, on his behalf. وَيُخْرَجُ مِنْ أَصْلِ الْمَالِ. And it will be taken out from the principal wealth, from the principal wealth of the marhum. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.